All right, so we are going to start talking about converting either English measurements like inches into metric like centimeter, or vice versa, metric to English. All right. So the first thing I want to do is identify the starting and ending unit. So if I'm going from uh, inches to centimeters or centimeters to inches, so what am I starting with? What am I ending with? You want to line up your conversion factors so units cancel. I'll show you what that means in just a second, but this is the key to the whole lesson today. All right, you need to be able to put the proper conversion factor in the numerator and denominator so that your units cancel out and you're left with only the ending unit. All right, you multiply all top numbers, then you multiply all bottom numbers, and then you divide the two. So you divide your top by your bottom. Okay, and then check units and answers. So just make sure that usually if your units have lined up properly and they cancel, you will have the correct answers. So let's show you what that looks like. We'll start with an easy one. Okay. Oh, actually, no, I forgot about this part. Here are some common conversion factors. We can pause this video and get these written down on your paper so you can see them. They're also located in the back of the room. Okay. So if you don't want to flip back and forth and you can see the back of the room, go ahead and look at those. All right. So your European hairdresser, European because they use the metric system, wants to cut your hair 8 centimeters shorter. How many inches will he be cutting off? So, again, our starting units are centimeters. We want to go to inches. We want to end in inches. All right? So, starting, ending. I really like this way. So, here, this is basically a fraction bar. Okay? Your starting value will always be in the numerator. All right? We're going to draw a little line here, and that line means multiplication. So you're going to multiply this by anything you see in here. Numerators with numerators, denominators with denominators. So let's take a look. We know that from our conversion factor that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so where do I put the 1 inch? Where do I put the centimeters? Well, the 1 inch is going to go on top because I want to end in inches, so that needs to be in the numerator. And the centimeters, this is really the key, needs to be in the bottom because I need the centimeters unit to cancel out because I want to end in inches. All right? And the centimeters would cancel. The only unit left would be inches, and this is the only conversion factor I need. So I do 8 times 1 is 8, and then 2.54 is in the bottom. I just divide those. 8 divided by 2.54, and I get 3.15 inches. Okay? So again, in my calculator, you probably know 8 times 1 is 1, so you might not type that. But if I had a different number here, I would do 8 times 1 and then divided by 2.54. Let's try another one. All right, how many millimeters are in 1 quart of milk? All right, so a couple things going on here. We do have the quart one up there. 1 liter is 1.057 quarts. So look at your conversion factor. So we're starting with quarts, we're ending in milliliters. Okay, phone just went off. All right, so let's start with our 1 quart. There's my line. Now I'm going to put the first conversion factor here. And again, I need quarts to cancel, so I'm going to use that 1 liter over 1.057 quarts. And again, this part went in the bottom because I need quarts to cancel out. Numerator cancels denominator. Okay, but I'm not done yet because I'm in liters and I need to be in milliliters. All right, so you have to ask yourself how many milliliters are in 1 liter. All right, and that is 1,000. Okay, milli means 1,000, so there's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. All right, and again, how do I know the 1,000 goes on top and the liters go on the bottom? Because I need the liters to cancel out. All right, and now liters will cancel. And I'm just left with milliliters. So multiply across the top. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. And 1.057 divided by, or times 1 is 1.057. So the only thing I really have to do in my calculator is 1,000 divided by 1.057. And that gives me 946 milliliters. Okay? So again, 1,000 milliliters in a liter. If you're not sure of that, or you're not sure how to remember that, that milli means 1,000, you can write this down and add it to your common list right now. 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter, or 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. All right. Now, assume your mass is 55 kilograms. This is a metric. How many pounds do you weigh? So what is 55 kilograms in pounds? We're starting with kilograms. We're ending in pounds. So let's put our 55 kilograms in the top corner of this chart. All right. And I know that there is that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So I need kilograms to cancel out. So my 1 kilogram is going to go here. My 2.2 pounds is going on the top. I'm in pounds now. Kilograms cancel out. 55 times 2.2 is 121 pounds. I think I weighed that in 8th grade. All right, number 6. How many feet long is 5 kilometers? A 5K race, right? 5 kilometers. So you want to go from kilometers to feet. So we got a couple here. All right. The first, kilometers to feet. So again, we're putting our 5K in the top corner. I know that 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. Kilometers need to cancel, so the 1.61 is going down here, and the 1 mile is going up there. But I'm not done yet because I'm in miles and I need to be in feet. So I also have another one on the board. That 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So that 5,280 is going to go on the bottom. I'm sorry. The 1 mile is going to go on the bottom. The 5,280 feet is going to go on top. All right, miles cancel out. That means the feet have to be in the top. And now I'm ended in feet, so that's good. The only thing I have left, so on my calculator, type 5 times 5,280, hit enter, and then divide that, but there's only one really number in the bottom. 1.609 times 1 is 1.609. So in your calculator again one more time, 5,280 feet times 5, divide that by 1.609, you will get 16,408 feet. All right, next. How many grams does a 10-pound bag of tomatoes weigh? All right. Again, I have kilograms and pounds, so in my conversion factor. So we're going to have to go from pounds to kilograms to grams. All right. So pounds to grams. First thing, we have 10 pounds. Now again, we need pounds to cancel out. So that's 2.2 pounds in the bottom and 1 kilogram in the top. Again, there's 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. All right, pounds will cancel out. But I'm in kilograms, not grams. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. All right, 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. Again, you can add that to your common conversions if you'd like. It might not be a bad idea. I'm kind of assuming that you guys know how that works, but maybe you don't. So anyway, multiply. Now I'm in grams because my kilograms are gone. Grams are what I want. Ding, ding, ding. 10 times 1,000 divided by 2.2, because 2.2 times 1 is just 2.2. So when I do this in my calculator, 10 times 1,000 divided by 2.2 gives me 4,545 grams. So that's how much a 10-pound bag of potatoes weighs in grams. All right. So last one, Taft football needs 550 centimeters for a first down. That's crazy. We know how many yards that is. Okay, we don't care about centimeters in football. So centimeters to yards. 550 centimeters. Let's put our line. We got our centimeters. We need to go from centimeters to, how do we want to do this? To inches. Okay, so we can get to the English unit. All right, so that is 1 inch in 2.54 centimeters. Centimeters will cancel out. All right. I need to go from inches to feet. Okay. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. All right. And I need to go from feet to yards. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay. Feet cancel. So 550 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just 550. And then 2.54 times 12 times 3, 2.54 times 12 times 3, that's 91.44 in the bottom. So I'm going to do 550 divided by that number, and that's giving me 6.01 yards. So again, I multiplied across the top. Uh, Across the top was just the 550. I'll kind of do it off to the side here. Okay, divided by, and then 2.54 times 12 times 3 was 91.44. Okay, when I divide these two numbers, 550 divided by 91.44, I'm getting the 6.01 yards. Okay, I hope this helps. You guys got a worksheet to work on. Thinking, maybe another 20 minutes and you guys can start the movie. Okay, be good for the sub, and I will see you guys next time.